I could probably sit here and read this all day. Bookshelf situation. Why would she do that? That's all I know, actually. It is a brick. Who knows what's gonna happen? The night is young. But like, why is it cringe? Ooh, that's crazy. I was like, oh my gosh. I gotta know more, I gotta keep going. What? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we're going to be doing a video that I've never filmed before here on my channel. We're going to be doing a 24-hour reading vlog. I am a little bit nervous about today's video because 24 hours is a long time. However, I must say I'm probably going to break the rules a little bit, but I can do so because it's my channel, okay? I have a very busy week this week. However, I really wanted to film this video. I just know that my life is busy in general, so instead of doing reading for 24 hours straight, we're gonna be pausing the timer whenever it comes time for me to like go to work or go to class or whatever, and we're just gonna be resuming the timer whenever I get back from things that like I can't just not do, you know what I mean? So take this video as like seeing how many books I can read in an actual 24 hours. I'm only starting the timer whenever I'm actually reading, so it's gonna be really accurate. I tried these heatless curls and they look a little bit crazy, I must say. Let's hope that they fall a bit today because oh my gosh. We're gonna come over to my bookshelf right now and pick the first book that we're going to be reading in today's video. So here is bookshelf situation currently. As y'all can tell, I'm probably, you know, gonna need to get a new one soon. We got a little bit of overflow going on and I have many more books I want to buy still. So, but basically for the TBR, that is going to consist of this shelf right here and this shelf down here. So I really think I want to start out with this book right here. I've been wanting to read this book for so long now. I bought it from Barnes & Noble a while ago and it's kind of just been sitting on my TBR. I've heard like a lot of popular things about it. So from what I know about this book, I'm pretty sure it's mostly like a fiction story. I think it has a little bit of romance in there as well. If I'm not sure, I really... Oh, no. It's definitely a romance book. From what I know about this, and I might be wrong just because I haven't read it yet, but basically all I know about the story so far is that this girl ends up moving into this apartment and one day she finds a strange man in there. Would you not freak out if there's just like a strange man in your apartment one day? I certainly would. But basically, he has kind of like time traveled from the past. He was apparently a past tenant living in the apartment, and that's all I know actually. So I know that this book follows a lot of like food references. That's just like one thing I heard. Alrighty, it is around 10:30 in the morning right now. I have the 7-year slip here. We're about to start the challenge. I'm honestly kind of curious to see like how long it's gonna take me to finish this book. Let me see how many pages it is actually. Around like 300, I think. Like a little over 300. So we are going to go ahead and get my timer started. How do people do this? Oh, what the heck? It's only gonna let me do it to 23, 29, 29. Regardless, let's start. Ooh, we're going. Let's get this story started. Oh my gosh, y'all, this book I fear is crazy already. I've read a little bit. I'm about this far through. I've been reading for about 30 minutes now, and so far the story is really good so far. I'm really liking how like descriptive everything is. It's making it really immersive and like easy to read and absorb yourself into the story. So she just went home to the apartment for the night, and when she woke up, the man was in the apartment. Ooh. I need to kind of back up and re-explain basically the premise of this story because I've now gotten a little bit of clarification as to what's going on. By the way, I'm not spoiling anything in this video, so don't be scared that I'm going to. So basically, this apartment that she's staying in is in New York City. Her aunt died a little bit ago, and her aunt basically left her the apartment in her will so she could stay at it since she lives in New York to work. She's no longer having to pay rent because her aunt actually owned the apartment, so she's now staying there instead of her old apartment, which recently just increased the rent actually. When her aunt was alive, she told her all these stories about like the apartment and how it was really weird and it like took you to your past self. And she never really read too much into it, but last night after she fell asleep and she just woke up and there's a man in her apartment, she's starting to go, wait a minute, something is not exactly right. I'm not too far in the story, like I said, but I'm really interested to keep going and see what's gonna continue happening. I can already see how like the food descriptions are really good. This is making me hungry to read because they've already been to like some restaurants and stuff, and just the way that they describe what they were eating, like with all the adjectives and everything. Ooh, it just made me a little bit hungry. What time is it? It's like 11 o'clock now. Don't worry, my timer's paused since I'm no longer reading at the moment. Might read for like 30 more minutes and then we might go eat some lunch before we come back to the reading. What the heck? Ooh, it's all starting to go down. Ooh. Oh, the drama. Yeah, I guess this is like more of a fantastical fantasy book. Interesting. Okay. I am currently on chapter 9 or page 82. Ooh. I've been reading for, let's see how long. A little bit over an hour and 7 minutes. And we're making good progress, honestly. Let me put this in my Goodreads so I can see like the percent that I'm at here with the story. But let me say, I am really enjoying it. Like I could probably sit here and read this all day. However, I'm getting a little bit hungry. It's nearly 12 o'clock, like I said. So I think I'm gonna go downstairs and make some lunch. I have a few more hours that I can read before I need to go to work. I have to be there at 3 today, so I need to leave the house at like 2:30 just so I can make sure they're on time. So Goodreads is saying that I'm 24% of the way done. If you guys want to follow my Goodreads, by the way, it's in the description down below. I try to keep pretty much everything I'm reading updated on there, like all the books I've read recently are on there, and I try to update my progress on them, you know, as I'm going. So if you want to keep track of that, feel free to. Let me say, y'all, the chemistry between these two characters so far. Her name is Clementine and his name is Yvonne, I think, or Ivan. Wait, no, it's like Ewan, like Iwan. I-W-A-N. I don't know how to say that. So I listened to the audiobook just to see, and it's like Ewan, but I don't know if that's how it's intended. So sorry if I'm like butchering that. The chemistry is so good so far. He's a chef. They've just been like hanging out in the apartment so far. She hasn't told him that she's actually from the future, but like this was also said, okay? She's older than him in the past, but so in the actual future, she will be 3 years younger than him because of like the slip time difference. So kind of gives you that reassurance that like, guess it would be okay, you know, if they found each other. So I kind of feel like I can go ahead and see where this is gonna go, but nevertheless, I'm really enjoying it. It's so good so far. Very bingeable, I must say. But anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs and eat. Then we're gonna continue to read this after I eat. Guys, look at this. I put my hair up in this little clip, and I feel like it looks cute. Like besides this, you know, like the overall look. Like I gotta do that more often. Doesn't that just look cute? And like it's easy. It gets your hair out of your face. Like what a slay. Anyway, I'm gonna make some spaghetti. Whoa! That's crazy. I don't think that's what he meant. What the? Oh, because she can't get back to the apartment? This is a little bit too soon. That's crazy. Oh! The author had to do it. The author had to do it. What choice is she left with? Yeah. She's probably in the same clothes from like 2 days ago. Sorry if you hear that noise. That's my ice maker. I can't live without mega ice, and it's loud. Oh my gosh, I just got to chapter 20. The way things are unfolding, I'm just like in such shock. Like this is gonna be so good. This is not how I thought it was gonna go, but like I'm really interested. Let me see what percent I'm at. 45% of the way done. And this is currently how we're looking on the timer so far. Tyler just got home from work. He's making his lunch in the background there. So I'm probably gonna stop the reading for now, just because I'm about to have to go to work too here soon. I'm more than likely gonna listen to the audiobook in my car on the way, just so we can continue, because the way that little plot twist and like the way things are tied together, I don't want to give anything away on here, but just know it's crazy. I am really enjoying it so far. It's giving me really high rating vibes at this point already, so that's exciting. But yeah, I unfortunately have to go to work, so may or may not bring the book with me to read during my break. I don't know. I'll keep you all updated and we'll see where this goes. Okay, I'm about to leave for work here, but I did want to show my outfits because I like it. Please ignore everything around my room that's a mess, okay? But this shirt, I believe I got from American Eagle. No, where did I get this? Aerie, I believe? Or Aeropostale? One of those. Sorry, that's probably so unhelpful, but I also bought it like a few years ago, so they probably don't even have it anymore. And then my new favorite jeans that I just got. Really, really cute. They're like longer. And then I of course have the off-brand UGG Tasmans in like the sand color. I think it's really cute. We're gonna head off to work now though. Like I said, I'm gonna probably listen to the audiobook in the car a little bit of The 7-Year Slip. Where'd it go? I'm bringing it with me just in case. Alrighty. What is this lighting on my face? I just got back from work a little bit ago. It's now 9:16, but I think I want to do a little bit of reading still tonight. I am gonna get ready for bed first, just so I can get this makeup off my face and like get a shower and change into my pajamas. But I don't know if I want to continue reading The 7-Year Slip tonight, or if I want to read like a different book, because I'm also reading this other one. Let me show you. I've been reading this book, some of y'all might know, and I've just been kind of slowly getting through it, you know, not in any hurry to get this series wrapped up because it's so good. It's so good. So I've like been trying to, you know, keep it going for as long as possible just because I love it. This is part of the Throne of Glass series. This is Kingdom of Ash, the last book. So I don't know. I might read either one of these, or I might even pick up another book. I don't know. The night is young. But I do have 2 finals tomorrow, so yeah. Good morning, everyone. So you might be a bit confused because I didn't end up filming anything last night accidentally. But I did read a little bit. I read for I think like 25 minutes or like 20 minutes or something. Just because I was so tired by the time I like got ready for bed and everything. I just wanted to get into bed and be comfy. So yeah, my timer is currently at this, and I'm on page 178 or chapter 23. This book has me invested, okay? It's like one of those stories where you feel like you just can't really put it down. It's very unique in the plot with like the time travel back and forth, the 7 years, and like the fact that she can't really control when the apartment decides to bring her back in time, and like the time in between. So much time will pass between whenever she's seen him last, and it's like frustrating but like so good at the same time, because whenever they finally see each other it's like whoa, and like the overlap, it's just crazy. So this morning I want to get back into it a little bit. I do have 2 exams today, so I probably need to like start studying a bit later right before then. You know, I'm pretty much studied, I just want to make sure I know everything, but those are not until later in the day. So I think I want to just be cozy in my bed and read for a little bit, so that's what we're gonna do. I don't want to put this book down. I don't. I've been reading it for hours at this point. Let me see where I'm at. I'm at 20 hours now. Yep, I'm getting pretty far. I would totally keep reading it, but my test starts in T-minus 20 minutes. And I'm getting a bit nervous, so I fear I'm gonna have to stop reading the book right now. And then I have another right after that, so we're gonna see if I have time to read in between. We'll let you know. But I also do have a lot of thoughts and feelings on this book that I want to share. Here in a minute though. Wish me luck. Y'all are not gonna guess what I just did. You're literally not gonna guess. I finished The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Oh my gosh. I finished my first test of the day. I made an A in the class, yeah. But I still have one more, and I have a little bit of time in between. So I decided to read this book. I had no idea that I was going to finish the book, but that's what ended up happening. I literally could not stop reading it. It was so good. First of all, her writing style, the way she describes things, so beautiful, y'all. I was literally blown away. This book is so magical feeling. Not even just the food descriptions. I mean, yes, because the male main character is a chef, and food is like a popular theme of the book, but the way she describes describes everything, like scenery and just the way she looks at life. Oh my gosh, I was blown away. Just the writing in general was so captivating. Another thing, the plot. Unlike anything I've ever read in a book, so unique. I loved it. I literally was like hooked from the very beginning, just trying to piece this world together and figure out, you know, how the magic system worked. I will say there was like a few little flaws with the magic system, but at the end of the day, I don't think that's what was important with the book. I think it was more intended to have these really impactful themes, which definitely succeeded. Oh my gosh, I was like blown away. It was so good. The way she discussed grief was like accurate. I know everybody deals with it differently, but it was just so interesting to read about. It was so like wow. Also the way she discusses chasing your dreams and figuring out what you want in life as you go through it and as you move through time. Things change over time. You think you want something and then it turns out you want something else. So beautifully done. The way she discussed right person, wrong time. Ugh, I can't. It was so good. Oh my gosh. I was like crying happy tears. The character growth, everything. The chemistry between Clementine and Ewan, everything. Their love and support for each other was just perfectly written. I really have no complaints, honestly, other than like the magic system. It had some like slight issues, but at the end of the day, I don't think that's what was important. I'm gonna have to give it 5 stars. I'm gonna have to. It was so good. I think I'm gonna be thinking of this book for years to come. It took me about 4.5 hours to read the book. That's where I'm at currently. I'm trying to think of what book I want to pick up next. I don't think I'm going to pick up another until after I finish my next test, just because I gotta lock in, y'all. Like, this is a big test. I'm honestly thinking a thriller because it is almost 5 o'clock, and if I'm going to be reading this book at night, it seems kind of like the vibe. You know what I mean? Y'all, I did it. I secured the second A. Now it's finally time to read. I'm literally gonna make like a pile on top of my bookshelf right now of all the books that I complete throughout this video. That way we can show them all at the end and see our progress. But for now, I do want to pick the second book of the video out of my 2 TBR shelves. Got all these down in here. Got all these up here. I do still think I'm in the mood for the thriller, like I said. So I think I'm gonna go for this book. It's been on my shelf for a while, but like I'm so interested in it. This is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I kind of don't know much about this book other than the fact that it's just supposed to be like really thrilling and suspenseful and like keep you wanting to read more and more and more, and you don't want to put it down, which is really like the book mood that I'm in the mood for right now, especially with this 24-hour challenge. I really don't know much. Basically, let's read the back here. Okay, so this girl, Sydney Shaw, is having terrible luck with her dating until she finally hits the jackpot. Or so she thinks, apparently. Her new boyfriend is utterly perfect. He's charming, handsome, and works as a doctor at a local hospital. But then suddenly there's a murder, and the primary suspect is the mystery man who dates his victims before he unalives them. Oh! Yeah, so, ooh, I'm interested. I haven't really read like a good thriller in a long time. The last one I read was like, what did I read? Like Verity by Colleen Hoover? Like, I just have not read a good thriller. I don't know. So, I'm interested. Let's go ahead and get this book started. I also do think I want to go get some dinner real quick because I don't really have food at my house and I'm hungry. Really kind of in the mood for Chick-fil-A to celebrate not just 1 win, but 2 wins today. Both my tests went well. Oh, I guess 3 because I did finish the 7-Year Slip. About to start this new book. How exciting. Come along with me, and I might just start this book in my car whenever I go. I secured the Chick-fil-A. Yes, I'm in a random parking lot. I did want to wait on my fries to get cold, okay? It would have taken a while for me to get home, and I'm hungry. I got the only acceptable meal from Chick-fil-A, nuggets and fries. Actually, that's a lie. I like the sandwiches sometimes. I was just really in a nugget mood. And the Polynesian sauce, so good. It was taking me forever to get my food. There was like so many people at Chick-fil-A. So I was looking at my book, and I noticed that the front of it has like low-key a cringy thing, okay? Like, kind of what is this, actually? It's like a dating profile for the main character, I assume. But like, why is it cringe? We're gonna get started reading this book while eating my dinner. Like, why am I reading like the intro and already getting cringe out of it? I haven't read a Frida McFadden book before. His name is Tom. I'm reading the prologue before. Oh my, that was crazy. Oh, what the heck? Wait, why did we get like right on in? Oh, brother, that's, oh. Oh, well, he's cringe. Okay, I'm already like kind of into this book. Alright, so I've been sitting here for about 25 minutes. I just got to chapter 4. Very intrigued so far. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go home because the sun is blinding me in the face and like I'm having to sit like this, you know what I mean? So far, I'm very intrigued. It's really interesting seeing both of the characters' point of views. It's like got my attention for sure. We're gonna see where it goes, but like, ooh, you can tell he's crazy. You can tell he's crazy already. It's like showing him when he's in high school and like, oh my gosh, he's a little bit psycho. But she just met him and oh, I'm a little bit nervous. But we're gonna continue reading whenever I get home. Yep. Let's go home. Alright, y'all, please, I look crazy. What the heck? I look crazy. Excuse my hair. I put it in heatless curls. Bro, I can't take myself seriously. It's currently 10:30 at night, but I'm not tired. I want to read a bit more of this book before I go to bed. I'm like in the middle of a chapter 6. Things are like starting to kind of get a little bit intense. This story is very, very fast paced. This is the timer at the moment. We're gonna get back to reading and I'm probably gonna sit here and read for like a good couple hours. Alright. I've been reading for a little bit this morning and I thought I would give you guys some updates. So I'm currently about halfway through the book. I'm like 50% of the way done. I look crazy, I'm aware, but I don't want to take my heatless curls out until I have to leave, okay? The book is like pretty good so far, y'all. Like it's keeping my attention like none other. I'm like trying to put the pieces together to figure out what's going on. I'm sure there's gonna be like a huge plot twist at the end that's just gonna like blow my mind and confuse me even more because like why did I not see him as a bad guy even though he clearly is? Like what? I don't know. I'm like so confused, but I'm also sus of like some other characters too. It's really weird. There's already been 2 murders, unless you want to count the ones that happened before that they found. So there's been like 4. That's pretty crazy. I normally don't like this kind of stuff, especially when it comes to like movies and shows especially. It's like too much for me. It freaks me out. But this one's like okay. I guess probably because it doesn't have a visual to go with it, you know what I mean? So it's just like describing it instead. It's like not freaking me out as much. But I will say last night when I was reading it, it was kind of making me a bit scared. And so I went to bed at like 11 o'clock, woke up this morning and then resumed my reading. That's why I'm now about halfway. From what I've heard, Frida McFadden as an author has like amazing plot twists at the end of every single one of her books. So I'm like really interested to see what she comes up with in this one. But yeah, overall I'm liking it. It has really small chapters that are like easy to get through. I've just got a little bit under 17 hours left. It's not giving me like 5-star feelings at all really, just kind of like middle of the road. But we'll see. You never know what the plot twist could bring. I'm about to go make lunch because I have to be at work at 1 o'clock and I want to get my food time to digest before I go. I want to eat really slow. That way it doesn't hurt my stomach. Alright, I am about to head off to work officially for the day. The heatless curls, I fear this side is way more curled than this side. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna head off to work and I'm probably gonna bring my book with me. Hey y'all, it's been a couple days since I last did a little update. I'm pretty sure I kind of don't remember the last time I came on and talked to the camera, but I've just been so busy, y'all. Trying to finish my finals up the past couple days. I finished my last one up just this morning, so now it's like the world is finally mine and I can read my books again. So I've been reading The Boyfriend, as we know. I've read it a little bit over the past couple days, you know, just whenever I can, starting the timer obviously when I'm reading it and pausing it when I'm not. This is kind of how far I'm at the moment. I'm getting really close to being done and the timer is currently a little bit over 15 hours. I've actually been reading this book very fast just because it is such a quick read, not in the fact that it's like short. I mean, it's like decently short, but just it has short chapters and like at the end of every single chapter it has like a little bitty like plot twist or whatever that makes you want to keep reading, like just like little reveals and you're like, wait, I gotta know more. I gotta keep going. I can't stop. So therefore you just read it really quick. I still stand by the fact that it's a good palate cleanser. You know, it's not the most intellectually stimulating thing in the world, but it's still still fun to read about. Nevertheless, parts of this book do feel a little bit off to me, I won't lie. Like, why is another character saying the most normal statement ever and then the main girl is like, something about that just feels off to me. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm like, what is this? Like, she literally just said the most normal thing ever. Granted, some stuff has been sus that like other characters have said, specifically the boyfriend, but I don't know. I don't want to like give my thoughts because I don't want to spoil what I think exactly, but I kind of think I know where the plot twist is gonna go. I think I figured it out like a while ago. This is just my guess, okay? It's not a spoiler. I think the boyfriend is not gonna be the killer. I don't think it's gonna be him. I think it's someone else in the story. That's just what I am thinking. You know, that's not like a spoiler because I haven't read it, obviously. I think I guessed that like a while ago, and like as I'm continuing to read, I'm like, okay, I kind of think that's what it's gonna be. We'll see. But it also could be something completely different. I really don't know. I think I'm gonna try to finish this book within the next like hour or whatever. Surely I should be able to finish it. And then I think I want to pick up more of like a fantasy read. Y'all, these things have been like my favorite snacks lately. The like chocolate covered pretzels. So good. I'm gonna sit here and snack and read my book. Oh my gosh. Maybe he is sus. Ooh. What do you think you're doing, Cindy? Oh shoot, oh shoot. Y'all, it's going down. My heart's beating really fast and it's like, I'm reading slower, like I'm like trying to process everything. It's making me nervous, it's making me nervous. But like it's getting pretty good, like it's really intense. That's crazy. Oh, I think I know where this is gonna go. Honestly, I'm not opposed. See, this is what I do. I sit here and try to imagine what the plot twist is gonna be. I can't help but do that, you know what I mean? And then I like think about the future and how it would fit in with the book, and I'm like, okay, I would like that, or would I like that to happen? Does that make sense? Probably not. I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, something was just said that like debunks one of my theories. Okay, ignore my ice maker making noise. It likes to be so loud for some reason. I was waiting it to stop, but it's not. Something was just said that like debunked my entire original theory, possibly. But also another thing that was just said, I'm like, oh, that kind of like reinforces my original theory. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. Y'all, it's going down. It's going down. This book is getting a lot better than I originally was thinking. New theory unlocked, and I got confirmation this time. Is it too late to like have a theory? Like I'm almost done? I think I know. I think I know. What? What the? Oh my gosh. That was not what I was guessing at all. Oh my gosh. Well, I've officially finished The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden with approximately 14 hours and 42 minutes left on the timer. Wow, this book was something. Throughout the majority of the book, it was kind of giving me like solid Restar vibes. I was kind of like, whatever. Like I felt like I could kind of predict where it was going. That's a little bit upsetting whenever you predict the ending, of course. However, the ending got me. I didn't expect it. I will not lie. I was very surprised by the plot twist. Thank goodness. Because of that quick turnaround at the end, I ended up giving the book a solid 3.5 stars, just because, you know, throughout the entirety of the book, I needed a little bit more. It just started to pick up for me at the end, but overall, really solid read, 359 pages, so. The ending gave me like really eerie vibes, but like, isn't that the point? I don't know, this is the first Frida McFadden book I've read, so I'm really intrigued to read more by her actually and see how I feel about her other books, just because this one was pretty dang good. It wasn't like scary by any means. I kind of expected it to like freak me out, but like I've read scarier things, you know what I mean? It wasn't bad. Now, like I said, I kind of want to get into a little bit of a fantasy book just because, I don't know, I read like a fiction, kind of like romancy book, I read a thriller. I just feel like fantasy might be the next best thing. So I've got the perfect book actually that I've already started, but I'm okay with continuing it because it's been a little bit since I picked it up. And here is that book in question, none other than Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. Look at the size of this freaking book, y'all. It is a brick, okay? And I'm currently about so far on page 296. So whatever I read to today, I'm gonna still keep track of this original page so I can see like how many pages I've read in the 24 hours. But yeah, I really want to get back into this world. It's been a few days since I've read this book. Oh, by the way, if you don't know, this book is part of the Throne of Glass series, the very last book in the series, and I'm honestly kind of reading it slowly just so I can cherish my time with it. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish this book in today's video by any means because it is quite long and I think it's gonna take me over 24 hours to read it. But yeah, I just kind of want to get myself back in the world for the next, like, you know, 5 or 6 chapters maybe, and then we'll pick something else up. I don't know, we'll just see where it takes me. But this is a fantasy novel. If you don't know what this series is, it's like a lot to explain. I have like plenty of other vlogs explaining it, so go watch those if you're curious. Okay, I think the time has come to switch to a different book already. I've read a lot of this book. If y'all can tell, this is about how far I've read of it. Read 92 pages. That's pretty solid, I would say. It took me a while to read it though because fantasy books are like harder, you know, to grasp what's going on and like you can't really read it as fast. The timer, we're currently looking at a little under 13 hours left. So I think it's time to probably pick another book to read. You know what, actually, I think I know what book I have to choose. This one right here. Oh my gosh, I've been so excited to read this book. This is actually my sister's book, so I won't be able to keep this copy, but never fear, I'm going to buy it hopefully once it comes out in paperback. She just let me borrow it, you know, for the time being, so I'm gonna return it to her soon after I read it. But I've been really excited to read it. This is a Hunger Games book written by Suzanne Collins, and this story actually follows Haymitch's point of view, which if you know him from the other book, you would know who that is. I am so excited to get into the story. I've been like waiting for the right moment to read this book, and I think I really want to get into it. Okay, I look a little bit crazy. I just washed my hair and it's trying to dry. But I've been reading Sunrise on the Reaping for a little bit this afternoon, and then I picked it up more tonight. It's currently like 9:43 is the time. This is how I'm looking on my timer. Just a little bit under 11 hours. This book has been crazy so far, y'all. It's been so fun to get back into the Hunger Games world. Just because like I haven't read a Hunger Games book in a little while, I realized I was missing it a little bit, you know what I mean? Learning more about how he's connected to like the Cubby and like his role in District 12 is like so interesting because it's something that like you as a reader had like no idea about before. I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to remember, it's been like a while since I've read the other books, but like I'm literally barely far into the book and I can already tell like I'm gonna grow so much sympathy for his character. Just like the stuff that he's already having to go through. Getting to know his character study is gonna be really interesting. Also, learning the origin for the nickname Sweetheart. Please, that was so sad. Also getting to see characters from the other books that like we briefly saw, such as like Mags and Wyrus, like the two that they drew from the original pool of victors in like the second Hunger Games book, like the second original book. Just like getting to see more of them. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like such a full circle moment, seeing these characters again. It's just so interesting hearing their stories because we never got that before. Also, what is her name? Maisley. I feel like I'm gonna really like her character. We're only so far, you know what I mean? But she's giving me good vibes so far. Like she's like kind of a baddie. I'm really excited for the movie to come out. I need to look up when it's coming out because how am I supposed to wait after this? When is Sunrise on the Reaping going to be a movie? November of 2026? They haven't even started filming it? Oh my, that's a long way to wait. missing Suzanne Collins' writing so much. I forgot how good of an author she is and like how unique her stories are. Just the randomest things. Like, this woman has such a creative mind. Her imagination is just like amazing. I don't know. I'm getting my way through the book. They're still in the games themselves. I'm on page 282. I've been reading it the past few days and it has been such an amazing read. I've been really enjoying it. It's just been so interesting to see more about Haymitch and like what led him to be the way he is. I've still got a little bit left of the book. I'm a little bit nervous for like how the ending is going to affect me because I've heard that it leaves people sobbing their eyes out. So we're going to see, but I'm really just wanting to get back into it. So we're going to continue. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. I finished this book. It was so good. I feel like I'm gonna have to give like a better summary at the very end of this video of all the books and like my thoughts because I like need to think over it more before I can really give a rating, I feel like. Oh my gosh. Even the back. Wow. This story is so sad, y'all. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Just slowly being able to figure out like how he became how he is in the other books and like the epilogue at the end even too. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Overall, I'm really glad that we got to hear more of Haymitch's story. He's such an interesting character and like whenever you're introduced to him in the other books, your kind of automatic reaction is like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with him? But then reading this, you get to learn what all was taken from him and what led to that. It's just like, wow. I knew it was gonna hit, but dang. Anyway, we're gonna choose the next book. I have about 5 hours and 30 minutes left, so I want to choose something that's like a little bit longer. Hopefully this can be like the last book I read. I might take a little bit of an intermission and read a bit more of Kingdom of Ash. I didn't bring my camera, so sorry if the camera's kind of MID mid, but I'm gonna go try to finish my book. We're like at this little restaurant sitting outside kind of place. I've got 3.5 hours left on the timer. Let's see if I can do it. Alright y'all, it is a new day. Yesterday I got quite a lot of reading done. I am currently lacking this much left of the book, but I do still have a little bit left on the timer here. I have just a little under 2 hours left. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough time to finish this book or if I'm gonna still have time left over once I finish. I really don't know, but currently on chapter 12. Things are going down. I don't really remember exactly how detailed I got yesterday when explaining the premise of this book. I don't even know if I explained it thoroughly enough. Basically, Persephone is the main character, but she goes by Percy. Her family, growing up, decides to take her every single summer to this lake house they bought, like a little bit ways out of their town, just so she can get out of the city life. Because I think, where does she live? Toronto or something, like a pretty bustling city. They just want to get her out of the city life. So every single summer throughout her childhood, she ends up going to this beach house. The first summer she's there, she actually ends up meeting these two boys that live next door. One of them is her age, Sam, and then his older brother, Charlie, who is 2 years older than Sam. She grows a huge attachment to Sam over the years. They hang out literally every single day. They're like attached at the hip. Every single summer, she can't wait to come back and see Sam. He's all she thinks about, and vice versa. Sam always thinks about her too. Throughout the whole story, you're like navigating through the years of their childhood where she goes to the beach house each summer and you're getting to see their feelings for each other grow, etc, etc. This book is also a dual timeline point of view book, meaning like each chapter flips back and forth from the past to the present. The past being her as a child growing up at the beach house over the summer, and then the present being her in her adulthood. However, we learn that something happened towards like the end of the year she spends at the beach house, like towards the end of her childhood, that causes her and Sam to never speak for 12 years. However, we don't know exactly what this incident is. I have a feeling we're gonna figure out later later on what it is, but like you don't know yet in the story. However, one day she's living her life in the city. She gets a call from Charlie, who tells her that their mom has just passed away and he's asking if she wants to come to the funeral. And so she's like, of course, yes. And then so through the present timeline, we're following her as she goes to comfort Sam and Charlie throughout the loss of their mom and then go to the funeral and all that. So far, I'm really enjoying the story. That like sounded like a lot, but really it's just like one of those simplistic summary reads. Literally just like a palate cleanser. Like I just really enjoy these kind of books. They never fail. Usually, I have a feeling I kind of know what happened to make her not speak to Sam for this long, but I'm also not sure. I'm really loving Carly Fortune's writing so far. Just the way it flows and describes things, it's just so lyrical. Gives such nostalgic vibes. I love it. It follows themes of like childhood, growing up, some of the struggles you go through throughout your teenage years, navigating friendships and relationships, and just trying to figure out who you are as a person. I don't know if I'm gonna have to read another, like start another book after this, or if that's gonna finish the challenge. I don't know. One thing I didn't mention, I love that they have these like the 3 updates that they give each other every time they see each other. It's so cute. Her and Sam, every time they see each other, they say, okay, 3 updates, and then they tell each other 3 things that have happened in the time they've been apart. I'm like, please. It's just like the cute little things, you know? Oh my gosh, I think I know what's gonna happen. But also like that kind of doesn't make sense either. No, why? This dude. I get it, but I don't. Like, I don't get it. You're gonna ruin something perfect. One thing I hate is the freaking miscommunication, bro. What the? No, bro. Why would she do that? Why would? Oh, bro. I don't get that. Oh my god. This is crazy. I'm gonna finish this book because what is this? And then I'm gonna come back to you once we're done. There's 36 minutes left on the timer. Who knows what's gonna happen? So I finished Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I'm gonna give this book a 3.5 stars. Really enjoyed it. However, just some like little tropes and things threw me off a little bit. I don't really care for like the exact tropes that were mentioned. Plus, it was a little bit predictable in my opinion. I saw the ending coming from a mile away. However, really nice childhood friends to lovers, summary read, second chance romance, pretty much everything you could need. It's giving love in other words. It's giving the summer I turn pretty. It's just like a vibe. Would I recommend? Yes, but is it one of my favorites? No, just like a nice little palate cleanser. I do feel like the ending was pretty rushed, but like overall a sweet ending. I enjoyed it. Now that I do have a little bit of a predicament here because I have 11 minutes and 43 seconds left on the timer in this 24-hour challenge. So it's like, what the heck do I do with that? My only solution is to continue off with Kingdom of Ash. I figure we can get through like a chapter, maybe like half a chapter, whatever. We're gonna continue this, reach the end of our 24 hours, and then we're gonna do an overview of all the books we read in this challenge, my thoughts and opinions. Let's finish this challenge. Y'all, I feel we've done it. Woo! Yes! All right. So here is the final stack of books completed in this video. Well, minus Kingdom of Ash. I just read part of it. Check out all of these books, guys. This video was such a success. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll say like a half books, 4.5 books. So throughout this challenge, I read a total of 1,485 pages. That's pretty dang crazy over the course of 24 hours. I want to go through each individual book one by one and talk about my review for all all of them. So first, we started the challenge with none other than The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This book is absolutely amazing. I loved it. It's a time travel story featuring the theme of like right person, wrong time. Y'all saw my thoughts throughout reading this book. I absolutely loved this story so much. Both of the characters, absolutely amazing. The plot line, so unique. Like, we just talk about how unique this plot was. I loved it. The way everything was described. I decided to give this book a 5-star because this book gave me a feeling like none other. I feel like I'm gonna constantly be thinking about this story. It was just so unique and I loved it so much. Then I decided to pick up The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. This is the very first thriller I've read. Excluding Verity, I've read that one, but I don't know if that's really considered a thriller. But I really enjoyed this story as well. I ended up giving this book a 3.5 stars. I thought it did a really good job for what it was. I'd never really read a story like this. Slightly cheesy at times, but like nevertheless entertaining. It kept me on my toes. Picked up a lot more at the end. It wasn't like as scary as I thought it was gonna be, but still, I'm really excited to have enjoyed this genre. I feel like I'm definitely gonna pick up more books by Frida McFadden, especially because I liked her writing. It was fun and unique, and I did not see the ending coming. I thought I did, but I in fact did not. Then I'm gonna mention this book real quick just because I read a little bit of it. I read starting from like this blue sticky note to where this bookmark is, if you can kind of tell. Not that much, just like a little bit. And I've just been kind of slowly getting through this book. This is the final book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Like I said, I've just been soaking this book up as much as I can. I love this series so much. This is the final book and I'm not ready to let the world go. That's why I was like slowly reading it throughout this challenge, and I'll probably still continue to slowly read it. I love this series, y'all. Then I picked up Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Y'all, whenever I heard that she was coming out with a new book in her franchise, I was so excited. I absolutely love The Hunger Games. It's one of those OG book series for me that got me into reading in the first place. The story of Katniss and Peeta and everything, it was just like so beautiful. I love the original trilogy. And I also love The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes by her, the one about snow. This book follows Haymitch and his younger life, the time period that he was in the games himself, and I really enjoyed his story. I will say, upon further reflection, I don't think that his was a 5-star in comparison to the way that Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was for me. I would say this one's like a 4.5. Seeing like the references to the other books, the different characters that were brought up, I was just like really full circle for me and I enjoyed it. However, I will say that I probably enjoyed the other ones a bit more in the series. Nevertheless, I'm really excited for the movie to come out. You best bet I'm gonna be the first one there. Then finally, I finished this video off by reading Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This book has been on my shelf for a while. I just haven't picked it up. I don't really know why. Y'all know I love a good childhood friends to lovers. It's such a good trope every single time it hits. I love a book about the lake, the beach. I don't know, it's just like very nostalgic and I really enjoyed the story. So I believe, what did I give this? I literally already forgot. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. Really cute, second chance romance. I would recommend. So yeah, those are all of the books that I read in today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this challenge. It's like something I've never done before, but I had a really good time and I hope you guys had a good time following along. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I normally do lifestyle videos, but sometimes I'll throw in a book video here and there. I've been doing more of those recently, so you really never know. I love you all so much and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.